Ladies and gentlemen, movie enthusiasts, and popcorn connoisseurs, brace yourself for a wild roller coaster ride through the fabulous world of cinema. We're here to unveil the top upcoming movies this week, guaranteed to tickle your funny bone, blow your mind, and leave you begging for more buttery goodness on your popcorn. Hello everyone and welcome back to Movie Momentum. In today's video, we've rounded up a list of our most anticipated movies coming out this week. Yes, this week. But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more similar content. Let's dive in. Number 1. Extraction 2, coming out 16th of June. Netflix action film Extraction star Chris Hemsworth as mercenary Tyler Rake. Here's what we know about the sequel. Netflix's Extraction 2 promises a thrilling follow-up to Extraction, which is shaping up to be the greatest action franchise in Chris Hemsworth's resume. Extraction stars Hemsworth as a mercenary hired to rescue and protect the son of a crime lord. Directed by Sam Hargrave, it's based on the graphic novel Ciudad, co-written by the Russo brothers and Andy Parks, with Joe Russo adapting it into a screenplay. Extraction has received mixed reviews since its release, with critics praising it for its action and stunts but calling out its rather thin storyline. Yet it is precisely this combination that has allowed Extraction to be at par with, if not arguably better than, franchises like John Wick, Nobody, and other pillars of Western gun fu. Extraction and Extraction 2 director Sam Hargrave is a veteran stunt performer and coordinator whose previous credits include Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, with Extraction being his featured directorial debut. One of Extraction's most ambitious sequences is a 12-minute car chase and a gun battle styled to look like a single uncut shot, and the Extraction 2 trailer hints at something similarly epic in the sequel. The ending of Extraction is deliberately left ambiguous regarding Tyler's fate, but the Extraction 2 trailer confirms Chris Hemsworth is most definitely reprising his role. The official Extraction 2 release date is June 16, 2023. Extraction 2 will also start showing in theaters in the US on the same day. Notably, the release date comes a little less than a year after Extraction 2 finishes filming in March 2022. Your movie roundup doesn't end just there. Another must-watch movie coming out next week this month is Elemental, out June 16th. Fire and water might be the perfect pair in the trailer for Pixar's newest movie, Elemental. The upcoming feel-good animated feature tells the story of Ember, a girl made of fire who lives in Element City. There, people made of fire, water, air, and land live together, but fire people are of course considered to be different from everyone else. But then Ember meets Wade, a man made of water, and everything changes for them as they figure out how their two elements can safely mix. Disney released the full trailer for Elemental on March 28th, and it teases the adorable romance between the pair as they try to find a way to coexist in a city that's stacked against them. Pixar's also announced more members of the film's voice cast, including Schitt's Creek star Catherine O'Hara. Disney and Pixar released the movie's teaser trailer on November 17, and in it, Ember walks through a crowded bus. It also shows shots of life in Elemental City, earth people blooming at random moments, air people floating to the end of the bus, and water people doing their best to keep from sloshing all over the place. Ember stays incognito in a hoodie as she makes her way through them, but when she drops her headphones, she and Wade reach for them at the same time, and a drop of his water creates steam when it touches her flames. The shot ends there, teasing the strange and beautiful world of the upcoming new film. Elemental follows two characters, Ember and Wade, as they navigate living in a city surrounded by characters of conflicting elements: land, fire, water, and air. The two couldn't be more different. Ember's sign is fire, while Wade's is water, but they soon discover that they have more in common than they thought. Disney describes Ember as tough, quick-witted, and fiery, while Wade is a fun, sappy, go-with-the-flow guy. Ember and other people made of fire are outsiders in the city, which is dominated by water, air, and land people. The film seems to tease an adorable romance between Ember and Wade. Next up, we have The Blackening starring Grace Byers and Melvin Gregg, coming out on the 16th of June. Get ready, The Blackening is making its way to the big screen this summer with a timeless horror scenario that's all too familiar. A group of friends head up to the cabin in the woods for a relaxing weekend, only to find themselves being picked off by a murderous intruder. In the Tim Story-directed horror comedy, though, the main characters are well aware of cliché scary movie tropes and determined not to fall victim to them. The Blackening, which is co-written by Harlem creator Tracy Oliver and Dwayne Perkins, follows a group of black friends on a getaway trip in celebration of Juneteenth But when they find themselves trapped with the killer, gore and hilarious moments ensue. Based on a 2018 short film of the same name by comedy sketch group The Repeat, the forthcoming flick seems hell-bent on slaughtering the most tired horror movie cliches by pushing black culture to the front of the genre. Next up, the crime thriller Maggie Moore's releasing on the 16th of June. When two women with the same name are murdered days apart, small-town police chief Jordan Sanders finds himself wading through an unlikely collection of cheating husbands, lonely hearts, nosy neighbors, and contract killers in an effort to put the pieces of the case and his life together. Inspired by actual events, Maggie Moore's is directed by the American actor-filmmaker John Slattery, his second feature film after directing God's Pocket in 2014, as well as a few episodes of the series Mad Men and Love previously. The screenplay is written by Paul Birnbaum, produced by John Slattery, Vincent Garcia Newman, Dan Reardon, Santosh Govindaru, Nancy Leopardo, and Ross Kahn. This is premiering first at the 2023 Tribeca Film Festival this summer. Screen Media Films will then release John Slattery's Maggie Moore's in select U.S. theaters starting on June 16, 2023 this summer. Anyone interested in watching? Last but certainly not least, a must-watch new movie this week will be The Flash, coming out on the 14th of June. The Flash sees the return of Ezra Miller as the DCU's Scarlet Speedster / Barry Allen, who they first portrayed in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Joining Miller are Kiersey Clemons as Iris West, Maribel Verdú as Nora Allen, Sasha Calle as Supergirl, and Ron Livingston as Henry Allen. This is alongside Keaton and Ben Affleck, who will reprise their respective roles of Bruce Wayne and Batman for the film. Worlds collide in The Flash when Barry uses his superpowers to travel back in time in order to change the events of the past. But when his attempts to save his family inadvertently alters the future, Barry becomes trapped in a reality in which General Zod has returned, threatening annihilation, and there are no superheroes to return to, reads the synopsis. In The Flash, Barry will use his speedster powers to travel back in time to try to prevent his mother's murder. The plot will be based on the popular 2011 comic book storyline Flashpoint, which was also brought to life on the Flash TV series starring Gustin. In the comics, Barry successfully saves his mother, but he soon realizes that his actions come with unintended consequences. What will those be? Well, in the comics, Barry wakes up in a new timeline where the Flash, the Justice League, and Superman don't exist. If the film takes a similar approach, it could change the DC Extended Universe forever. The film is directed by its Andy Muschietti from a screenplay from Christina Hodson, Birds of Prey. It is being executive produced by Marianne Jenkins, with Michael Disco and Barbara Muschietti set as producers. If you want to get a recap to the upcoming Flash movie, make sure to watch our other video on our channel, where we recap the Flash and his role in the DC Universe by telling you everything you need to know before watching this movie. That was all from us today for this video, folks. For more similar content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.